The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Let's just get right into Todd, you wanting to assault.
All right.
Yeah. You still got that timing, dude. Welcome to the show, everybody. Let's hear it. You mentioned before that you wanted to assault somebody today. I've been away for 3 weeks and I've been missing these stories.
Okay, so first of all, I blame you for this. Just let's get that out there. Because you texted me and asked me to come a little earlier.
You can blame her. Because Heidi said she's going to be here. She's like, at 4:30, she's like, hey, I'm done with work.
It was at 5, but
5.
It's okay, yeah.
I'm in the area. Can I just come over now? 5 o'clock. And I was like, yeah, of course. You know what time she got here? 6:42.
I was in the car. I was putting on.
Well, you
makeup.
did.
I was watching you.
Okay,
and
so
at one point, Dickless was sitting next to me. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, she's sitting outside our window right there for 15 minutes.
I was putting on makeup. I didn't want to come in here and be rude and have to put on some.
So it's her fault
Amazing.
and your fault.
Okay.
But had my timing been different, this might not have happened.
Okay.
So I'm driving. I'm like, I needed to get a coffee before I came here because I was fucking dead tired. And I just literally, the reason why you texted me and it took me like a half hour to get back to you, right? Because I had just fallen asleep.
Oh, God.
Old man style, like on the couch, my hand down my pants, like.
Nice.
I'm going to start calling you
Like,
the
yeah.
Larchmont dead guy.
Yeah. So I'm like, my eyes spring. I'm like, fuck. I look at my phone and I'm like, all right, let me get out of here. I'll go get a coffee. So I'm driving and I come up to an intersection right around the corner from my house and one car goes through and I start to proceed and this woman in a BMW, white BMW, not even stop. Like there's a stop sign right there. It doesn't even stop. And I'm already starting to move. So I slam on the brakes. I fucking hit the horn. And right away, she's mad at me. And it's like a blonde, 30-year-old, entitled, Beverly Hills-ish type of woman. So she starts yelling, and I can't hear what she's saying. Obviously, she's in the car, but she's like... So I pull in front of her.
Yeah.
And I fucking roll down the window. And she's like... She's mouthing this to me. Just go! Just go! So I put the car in park.
Of course you did.
And I opened the door.
Fuck yeah, you did.
So I open the door, and she's saying, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And I start walking around my car, around the hood.
Not know.
Wait, and then she fucking puts her car in reverse. There's other cars waiting too. It's not just like, and she fucking and goes around me, takes off, and cuts off all these other cars too. So I'm standing now in front of my car in the middle of an intersection.
Now I'm like, what was he gonna do?
Yeah. And the other people in the cars are sympathizing with me like
Yeah, of
what a
course.
crazy lady, whatever. And like I couldn't let it go all the way to like coffee, got my coffee, got back in the car, drove here. There was a lot of traffic, obviously, this time. Getting here and like fantasizing about what I was gonna do.
Yep.
Like punch
that show
her
Beef.
Yeah.
punch her fucking teeth out of her fucking head.
Yeah.
And have her go home and explain to her children why she got her fucking head handed to her in traffic. Obviously, I can't do that. I have kids of my own.
Well,
I
you
don't want to go
can
to jail.
do it.
Yeah,
Physically,
but
you can do
That's
it.
what I started thinking too. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I could just kill you right now. Yeah, I might face the consequences for it, but
That's
like,
what I could do.
that's
It happens
what I
all the
could
time.
do. Like, yeah, that's what I could do, and people would probably applaud me for it. But like, just that jiggling her fucking jaw, like, just go, like, honey, you're the one who fucking didn't stop. Everybody saw it, and like that feeling.
She's
of,
humiliated,
She's
so she has to put on somebody else.
Right. She knew what she did. Because at first, she went like this. Like, almost, I'm sorry. But then continued to go.
Right. I'm just going to do this, okay?
Yeah. But, like, that feeling of, I don't care about male or female or political correct. Like, I just want to punch this human being in the face so that they remember the next time they're acting like this.
Lessons need to be taught.
That they got fucking punched in the face and their teeth went into the back of their throat and they had to gag them down so they didn't choke to death on them.
So scared.
How's family life?
That's my night. Thank you. Good night. No, but
I
like,
see you're getting a little glisten.
yeah,
Like
no,
you're
I'm
going
getting
back into
hot.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going back
I'm
right back into
fucking
it.
having muscle memory, like recall. But like, just again, I know I've touched on this before. Like the lack of fear that people have, especially in a city like this, where shit does happen. We're not in the middle of fucking Kansas, where it's like everybody knows each other.
We live in a crazy city.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are crazy.
Did you know that there are 30,000 cops in New York City and 9,000 police officers here? That is it. 9,000. I just
New York
heard it
City
on the,
is also
was just
this
on the
big,
news.
and Los Angeles is, what I mean?
9,000
Police officers.
I know, but in
Los Angeles
Hollywood or
County,
all Los
which
Angeles?
is huge. Yes.
And how many people are there in New York City compared to LA?
I think there's more people
In here?
in Manhattan.
That's what I'm thinking. I wonder
Yeah.
what the difference is.
I'm not sure.
Still,
And it's all in a
It sounds like
concentrated area.
it sounds like it's a wrong
there
number.
should be. That's why Rick Russo was cool, because he was gonna hire a bunch of police officers just to sort of
So he says.
Peace.
So he says.
Karen Bass isn't doing it. Anyhow,
So back to punching people in the
I
face.
saw I was on Beverly over by Pan Pacific on Sunday.
Californians.
Pan Pacific.
That's good.
Over by the Grove Erewhon.
5. Yeah.
And what are you doing here? And I'm sitting there, and I'm the first one at the stoplight, and all of a sudden there's a dog park to the right, in Pan Pacific, and I see this dog walking the crosswalk, which he should be because I've got the red, he's got the green, and he has a collar on. But I notice, I'm like, there's nobody behind him. Oh, his owner must be across the street. He's walking. And he walks across the street, and I'm like, holy shit, wait, is he all alone? And he was the cutest fucking dog.
And the dog went, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?"
I was going to pet you, but
And so I'm in the car.
Punch that fucking dog in his fucking snout.
There's a woman carrying a
she hot?
child, and she had another kid, and she was like, somebody help, this dog's gonna get hit. Well, the dog turned around because she's fucking scared him, turned around and started to walk across on Beverly, and the traffic is going. So I take my car and I put it so the cars in back of me can't move, and I get out, I go and I run up, and I was like, come here, Bubba. And it came up to me, and it was like,
I'm just trying to help you.
Dumped a bucket of shit on her head.
I was trying to end it all. And then, so I helped it go across the street. And there's this couple that's like, I think we know the girl. She lost him. She's looking for him. I'm like, okay. And then the girl's like, you saved him. And I'm like, yeah, I almost fucking tore my
You should have put him back in
hand
traffic.
off.
You should put him under your tire and ran him over.
It was really cute.
I think I've told this story before, way back in the day on Dark Matter, but when I first moved out here in 1992, I was with this girl, and we're driving in the valley, on where the 101 meets the 405. And,
The Californians.
and it's like 11 o'clock at night, so it's dark, and there's a lot of traffic. It's moving, but there's a lot of traffic, and out of nowhere, there's this dog in the middle of the highway. Like a German Shepherd, like a big, and she's like ultra animal lover. This girl, you have to stop the car. I'm like, I'm on the fucking 101, and I'm kind of brand new out here too.
Oh,
so
sure.
it's like, I'm not sure of myself yet. When I say brand new, like a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's very fresh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't.
It takes a while to learn the idiocy of people out here.
Yeah. So she's like freaking out. You gotta turn around. You gotta go back. So I get off and get on the 405 and get off on the streets.
Get off at Woodman.
Double back, and I'm pissed. I'm like, it's gonna be gone by now. Like, I'm sure someone else either got it or da da da. And we. This is horrible to laugh at.
Oh God.
We re-enter the 101, and I start speeding up, and there's just fur in the air.
Oh.
And like I was pissed. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And da-da-da-da, before I saw the fur.
And then you're just like, oh.
And I'm like, and then she's just bawling in the seat next to me. And like we finally come up to it, and there's like a few cars like stopped with the lights on it, and it's just done.
Oh, yeah. That's rough.
Didn't get laid that night.
No, neither did the dog, if it helped.
Have
Makes
a
you
good
feel
night.
better.
I'll see you maybe next week.
Have you ever seen a dog get hit by a car?
Yes, it's horrible.
When I
I've
was,
seen other animals, not a dog. I've never seen a dog get hit.
when I was in junior high, I think, I was with my best friend and his mom, and we came up on we saw a dog running across the street in the car in front of us, and that car ran the dog over and kept going. Didn't know that it hit the dog. We got out, and the dog's spine was in half, and his whole back was open, but he was still alive.
Yeah.
No.
So like his front paws were doing this, his back ones weren't moving,
Oh, I'm nauseous.
and we just put a towel over him and sat with him and carried him into the netherworld.
I can't get it out of my head. It was in Wisconsin like 8 years ago, and I was with my mom, and we were taking my niece to school, and there was a pug that was. She had it off a leash for some reason, and I saw it happen. It ran across the street. My mom stopped, and there was a guy that was coming this way that was going so fast, and it just went boom, like flew up in the air, and she's screaming. So I get out of the car. I'm like, Mom, pull over. I get out.
The dog became a police siren.
And then I ran over and I grabbed her other dog because she was running out there. So I grabbed this little dog, and then she went out, and just the dog, its tongue was like all out, and like, and just the scream that came from her, like the guttural, like,
Dead
it was so awful.
things have funny faces, you know what I'm
And
saying?
then the guy screamed out the window, "Sorry!" And he was like late for work or something, and just kept going. That was the worst part of it.
Whoops!
Yeah,
Whoops!
sorry. He just screamed, "Sorry, sorry," and then kept going.
Wait, how
You can
long?
get another one, okay?
This was maybe 7 years ago, not that long.
Oh.
But I can't get out of my head.
Dude, when I was a kid, the house that we lived in, we had an attic upstairs, and somehow raccoon got in there, or a family of raccoons. So my father, he was like a hunter guy. So I remember this clear as day. He gets his little stool, you know, like for out in the woods, and he fucking loads up his gun, unzips the thing, loads up his gun.
Posted up in the attic?
And he sat in the attic. He was up there for like fucking an hour and a half. And we're just sitting out there like, and it's dead silence. Then all of a sudden you just hear, it was like fucking shaking all over the floor and screaming.
Oh God.
And then he put another one in it and it was done. But like he hunted the raccoon and
My God.
he came out with it. Like,
Oh, he did,
by the foot.
with his prize.
Yeah.
Wow. I came out to go wait for the bus for school when I was a kid, and it's like 7 a.m, and under my mom's car came out a raccoon that clearly had rabies. Like his hair was all fucked up. He's like messed up face, and he started doing this and running right directly at me. So at this point, the door is already closed in my porch in my house. So I just start running around my house as fast as I can. This thing is hot on my tail. And I'm like, Mom! Open the door! And eventually she opened it. She's like, what the fuck's going on? And I dove in like Indiana Jones, like going under the door coming down. And I didn't go to school that day because the thing just waited in our yard. It didn't leave our yard. So we called my stepdad, and he's like full on Homer Simpson. He worked at a nuclear power plant, and we had guns in the house. So he came home from work, and he ran into the house because the thing was going after him too. And he went and got his gun, and he called the police and said, there's a rabid raccoon that's terrorizing my family.
Right.
I'm going to shoot it. And we live in there's a lot of people around. The cop's like, well, we can't tell you that it's okay to shoot it.
Right.
But if you were to shoot it,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So he went out and shot this thing right in the face.
We had coyotes in our
so
fucking
scared.
yard not that long ago. And
out here.
yeah. They would jump the fence and be in my yard, and so I was talking to an unspecified officer of the law Won't mention any names. It was one that I just
Was it Martin Riggs? I hope.
It was one that I just ran into like at Starbucks like the next day, and I was like, "Let me ask you a hypothetical question. If I got a raccoon in my property, I mean, not a raccoon, a coyote on my property," and he's like, he said, "Let me put it this way: if it was my house, I would do whatever I needed to do to protect my pets or my family, because we have a little small dog.
Yeah.
So."
Jake wouldn't last too long.
He was just telling me, just shoot it, But it's illegal to shoot them, obviously.
Of course.
Sure.
But
did you shoot it?
No, I didn't. I would have if I had the chance, but I didn't see it again. Like the first time that it came, I was away, and our housekeeper, who's like a badass lady, she went out and like recorded it, and it was having a stare down with her, and she was just like. Yeah, from where I'm from, we have coyotes like this all the time. It's like not a big deal. You just got to fucking man up in front of them. Yeah. And it ran away. But it came back a few times, and then we called animal control. And like a day or two later, they said that they had caught, there was 3 of them. And one was a baby, and they caught the baby. And once they caught the baby, like they really relocated somewhere. It never came back. But there's like sightings all the time in my neighborhood.
Tons of
they're
them.
everywhere.
There's a huge.
There's been times I've walked out.
Really?
There's times I've walked out of my door and had to call my neighbors and be like, "Dude, there's a coyote on your porch," because they know when a dog lives in the house.
Of course, yeah, of course.
This one, where my dog comes out of the house, they pissed and shit all over there. Like they know.
Sure.
They're like, there's
Remember, like,
a
And the
snack
shit
right
you can
there.
always tell too because it has like berries in it and it's all weird.
You can taste the berries in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember during COVID how like coyotes and like bears were coming down into neighborhoods, just like not
I miss
the
the
deer.
lockdown.
It was so
Yeah, it
nice.
seems pretty quiet over there now.
So nice.
It was so
I
nice
was
for
talking
so,
about
so
that
long.
yesterday. I miss it. I
Yeah.
really, truly miss it.
Traffic.
The traffic, the government money we
Just
got.
the peace
Didn't
and
have
quiet.
to work.
Didn't have to see your
I
fellow
would-
neighbor.
Yeah, it was
it was beautiful.
basically-
I would
like
get in
my
the car
life.
and drive to Malibu from my house and make it literally in like 12 minutes.
Yes.
All
Exactly.
the way to the beach, like
Yeah.
far down there.
There's drives that we would take here that now is like an hour, and now it was like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like this
So
is
great.
this is what life could be like.
So great. And
It was
now
so
it's
wonderful.
treacherous.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
Before we start, we have to welcome a new patron
Okay.
to Rare
Before
Form.
we start, eh?
And this sounds like
Yeah, we've already started. He's
you know what
a
I'm saying.
fucking idiot.
Why we haven't been recording, so we're gonna start now.
Oh, sweet.
There's other people I'd like to punch in the face too.
So this sounds like it's my name, but let's welcome, please, Danny Boy 79
Danny
to.
Boy 79?
How weird is that? It's not me,
Is it
but
you?
it's not me.
Is it
but
your
that,
mom?
Are you
Is it your mom?
Patreoning
It might be. No,
to
my
make
mom
it
can
look
afford
like?
it.
Are you padding the Patreon?
Like, look
with
at how
your
many followers we have on
fake
Patreon.
accounts?
Wait a second. Danny Boy
Danny
79
Boy,
needs
thank
to
you. I
write in.
appreciate it. If you guys want to join the Patreon, Heidi, what do they do?
Fuck, it's been a minute. They go to Patreon/
Nope.
Patreon.com/rareformradio. Mexican
Pick a tier that works for you.
radio.
5, 10, 20, $50, $100, whatever you want to do. You get all kinds of bonus episodes and behind the scenes things and whatnot. And help these starving artists. And we're trying to get Heidi Mercedes.
Yeah, thank God. I was on my game show last week and they didn't tell me.
Did you watch it?
And my
What
mom
game show?
calls. It's called Switch on GSN. And my mom calls on Thursday. I was at work and she's like, "You're on," and I was
It's
like,
a transgender show.
"So yeah, Switch."
Cool.
Yeah. So
Heidi failed.
Yeah.
Still a woman.
I didn't pass.
Boring.
But she called and was like, "You're on," and I just walked into work and I was like, "I'm on what? What am I thought,
Drugs.
is she
You're on
here?
drugs.
The fuck?" And so I was on, so I watched it when I got home and it's awesome, but
No spoilers because I want to
win?
watch it. Yeah, I want to
won't.
spoil it.
Oh, okay.
I
Or
can't
can you?
I can't tell. But I
What's wrong?
tell you what.
what's going on?
I'm
Please tell
really
us.
I'm glad I'm not an actress or anything like that because I would nitpick everything. I
You're
you don't
not
need
an
to be-
actress and you still nitpick everything.
that's what
so
I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
say,
it's
you
like
don't-
fuck me, man, how old I look, and like, holy shit.
But again, you don't see yourself. You see yourself with your eyes. Like everyone is their own biggest critic. But like, I assure you, Todd looks way older than you do.
I feel it.
No, you
And
don't.
I feel
don't.
way older.
No, you don't. You both look
Doesn't.
great. You like, what age do you think you look?
Well, by looking at this, like 68.
But it's not even funny because I sympathize. I look at pictures of myself. I'm like, I look like I'm a good 90. A good looking 90.
You know, we're at that age where we can start doing the thing where when people ask how old we are, we add 10 or 15 years.
Oh, I'm gonna start
so
saying
people
I'm
think that we
82.
look good for our
Yeah, yeah.
age.
But
Because like, it doesn't matter anymore.
75.
No shit. Oh man, you look great. I would have guessed.
Here's what
I would have
I've
guessed
been
60, 65.
Lately, I've definitely, you know how the older you get, you start hitting plateaus faster. Like little, like, oh, when I turn my arm like this, my skin is like getting crepey. Like shit like that, which is just a gross word and a gross
Oh, cool.
concept.
My neck crumples.
Yeah. My neck.
Yeah,
Awesome.
my
But
neck.
here's the worst. This is the biggest, worst in your face.
Ooh.
You're getting old. There's nothing you could do about it. And here's a constant reminder
Gray
of
in your pubic hair?
No, I don't have that
I
yet.
have gray on my chest
no,
hair
okay.
right now, which I never had, obviously.
By the way, if you're not watching this, go to
It's sexy,
YouTube.
though.
Go to YouTube and look at Todd. Todd is wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the zipper half down with no undershirt. I mean, come the fuck on. Sex appeal. Anyway.
the backs of my hands
Oh.
are like, dude, look at that. Ugh.
What?
What are you talking about?
My
They're
shit's
all
been like that since I was
wrinkly
12.
and scarred and gross and like
They're
you
not
just,
at all,
You
actually.
drive with
You're outta here.
them and
They're
like
not at
The
all.
light
actually.
hits them and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
what a fucking chimp hands all of a sudden?
the next phase is cuts all over my forearm
the
and hand.
things that
The
don't
old
heal?
Lady, yeah, like
'Cause
the
you have
old
no-
lady, old man.
Because you have no
hands.
hemoglobin.
No, that's like my. I've
Closest
noticed.
wounds
I've
Black and
noticed that
blues,
my.
like that's
that's a
what's
thing.
that's
My-
I'm around the corner from
Dude,
that.
my grandmother had rice paper skin, where
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if she turned her head too fast, her neck would just split open, start pouring blood
That's
down
how
her
I
chest.
feel like I'm looking now.
I remember I used to go. I mean, I grew up going to an island in Maine, and you take a bus to get to a ferry that takes you there, and it's like a school bus. And my grandmother, this is like 20 years before she died. There was like the wheel wells have like on the inside of a car on a bus, the wheel wells stick out a little bit. She went to sit down and she hit her shin just like not too hard. She's like, oh.
That's me now.
Within 15 minutes, it was blue from her knee to her ankle, and there was a puffed up piece of skin the size of my fist, just
Like
full
Fred
of blood.
Flintstone when Fred Flintstone
Yes,
gets hit on the head.
just full of blood, and like we,
See, that's what I'm talking about.
not bad for 75. But like we thought she was gonna lose her fucking leg because she rubbed it up against the wheel well. It's crazy what happens to your body.
Yeah. But
Disgusting.
I'm starting
Tell
to
me
see
about
it.
it.
Tattoo your hands.
Yeah, I probably should.
Yeah. I don't see it. I that's why I covered mine up. I'm
you
gonna
know
start
what I
tattooing my
have?
whole face
I'm
soon.
gonna tattoo
What?
the backs of my hands. Old fucker.
It's kind of funny actually. What, Heidi?
Plantar fasciitis.
You have it?
Well, I used to.
What, Heidi?
I didn't say that.
Yes,
That's what I said. She's drunk. She doesn't even know. You have plantar fasciitis?
I do. I had it. I had it on my.
Is that like a peanut allergy?
talked this way the rest of the show.
Is that peanut allergies?
No.
Plantar
Stop.
fasciitis.
Stop it.
My skin is allergic
Folgers.
to the peanuts. I had it on my
Penis?
my left heel. Wait, no. Yeah, my left
I
heel.
heard
Let's
it's,
see
I
if
heard
she's
it's very,
allergic to
very
It
penis.
fucking hurts
painful.
so bad, and that's how old I am. I have to get. I get out of bed. I'm limping now.
To be fair, star
happens when you're young,
athletes
yeah.
get it in their 20s and
Oh,
30s.
really?
Oh,
Okay,
100%.
Okay.
So it's probably because of your athleticism.
to complete.
Because of her star athleticism.
Yes, that's what gave you plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
Only the best get that.
Yeah.
What is plantar
totally.
fasciitis?
It's the
Bone spurs?
fascia on the bottom of your
Of
foot.
your foot. I have that.
Yeah, and,
on my heel.
and under my heel.
And it feels like you're stepping on a
And
nail.
I have
Yeah.
eczema on my
I didn't
fucking
realize-
hand. I'm like falling apart.
I didn't
right
realize
Aquaphor.
that that's what it was called. But this is like 10, 12 years ago. I went to the doctor. I was like, it feels like I'm fucking walking on a nail. So he took an x-ray.
Like it's supposed to be worse than pins and needles, right?
now.
Yeah,
It hurts
it
bad.
fucking hurts.
I thought I broke it once.
So I said, I said, okay. He shows me. He's like, you see that little thing that looks like an upside down shark's fin?
Exactly.
He's like, that's what it is. He's like, I'm like, well, what do we do? Surgery or? And he's like,
1
no, no,
year,
no.
right?
He's like, just no. He's like, he made me orthotics, like a special thing to put in my shoe, which just sounds so old, right? And I swear to God, it does not hurt wearing these things now.
Oh, I'm
Like,
gonna have to get.
He said he's like, you only do it to people who are like
Really old.
or like 400 pounds, like they can't take the weight. So that could, so they don't.
That's my
Yeah.
problem.
Because Heidi is 400 pounds.
400 pounds.
No.
So wait, so there's more to the story.
Yeah.
So he says, but I'm not really concerned with that. He goes, you see this? He says, you see this long line here? I'm like, yeah. He's like,
God.
when did you break your ankle?
Yep.
He goes, this looks like it's about 10, 12 years old. And I'm like, I'm thinking. And I remembered exactly, like, I rolled my ankle when I was high one time. And I was like, oh, that fucking hurt. And I limped around for like 2 weeks. Never did anything about it.
Wow.
I was so high, like I never really.
Yeah.
Of course, it hurt, but I was just like, I sprained my ankle. He's like, no, you broke it. I'm like, well, what do I do now? Like, he's like, nothing. He's like, I can re-break it and set it, but you don't want to do that. But yeah,
Does your Heidi, your
Speaking-
foot, is it the foot that you fucked up when you fell outside?
No, it's the other one.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
She just
Good.
look at later.
I was doing this, like, this was probably like 11 years ago, and I was doing a thing called, it was boxing and Pilates. It was called Pilaxing. Right over here, actually.
Not
And
everything needs to be put into one fucking word.
Pilaxing, yeah.
Oh.
And you work out without shoes on. So I was hitting the floor over and over and over again, and then it started, and I was like, oh, that doesn't feel
Yeah,
good.
they're exactly
And now
like
it's from
that.
work, because I'm on my feet constantly.
100%.
Have you tried to work sitting down or getting a wheelchair?
That would be nice.
might get
Or
better- better tips.
Like a like
Oh my God,
motorized.
you would.
Okay,
You'd get really
speaking
good
of.
Welcome to the restaurant.
just all Stephen Hawking, like,
Would you like to get an appetizer?
just type it in, and it just comes out in the box.
An
Hello,
appetizer.
welcome. Would you like to get an appetizer today?
And a, ha 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 ha.
Lovely weather we're having, isn't it?
Oh my god, it's horrible. So I went to a show on Sunday night. I went to the Carcass show at the Belasco.
Carcass.
Carcass is an old metal band from England.
Crocus?
Carcass.
Carcass.
I remember Crocus.
They're
Do you know
awesome.
Carcass?
Carcass?
Yeah,
No, but
okay.
I know Crocus.
Yeah.
Carcass and Municipal Waste, and my friend Dave is in Sacred Reich. He's a drummer.
Sacred Reich, I know.
I know Sacred Reich.
Yeah, and they've been around. So he
Been around forever.
Yeah, so I went to see them, and I was up in the opera balcony part, and I'm watching the mosh pit, and I haven't seen a mosh pit like that in fucking years. This was insane, and they're all young. These bands are older bands from the 80s. These kids are all young, and all of a sudden, I didn't have my phone on. I'm so mad. I see this kid, and the lead singer of Carcass goes, "What the fuck?" He was from like Liverpool or whatever.
Yeah, and that's how they talk in Liverpool.
What the fuck? No, that's what he said. I swear.
Is it you and the
He said
Beatles?
folk,
Wow. Yeah.
Folk. But he's like, what? And they shined the light on this kid in the mosh pit, and he was holding up his fucking leg. He had
I've seen that before.
he
I
had
fucking love it.
What do you call that?
A prosthetic.
Yeah, prosthetic.
Prosthetic up in the air, and he's going around and around in the mosh pit,
Amazing.
and it fell off.
Amazing. Amazing. Are you
I
still
was-
hopping around?
Yes, and I was so
Good for
in
him.
shock. I didn't get my phone in time to.
That's the kind of kid you bring him a set list, you get him whatever, you bring him on
Having
stage.
them sign the leg and
Yes.
shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
fucking
That's
cool.
why I love it at concerts, seeing people hold up crutches. You see crutches all the time. And it's like it's such a metal thing to do. I love it.
So cool.
That's great. How was the show?
It was really good.
Fucking good.
Fucking good. It was good.
Where was it at?
It was up the Belasco, which
Oh
is
yeah. There's a
beautiful.
lot of
I've
shit
never
going on
been
at
there.
Belasco.
Does it still smell like puke?
Ew.
Every
it
time I
pukey?
go to
Somebody
that-
puked there.
Every time I go into the Belasco to see a show, I'm like, stale puke.
Yeah.
It's just embedded in the
Fucking
place.
worse.
I need to bring something up. The last show that we did together, we talked about me smelling puke in the air, and you fucking dunces thought that I bent over and smelled the puke. Remember that?
Talking about
The puddle of puke. They thought I got down on the ground.
No, you said you wanted to.
No.
He said he repeated it in his head.
I said that I had to smell the puke to make sure it was, and you guys thought that I got down on the ground and sniffed it, which I didn't do.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, there's more idiots that listen to the show because I got a few messages that like other people also thought that I meant that. What is wrong with you people?
Well, the way you described it.
What's the common denominator here?
No, the way you described it.
If a bunch of people thought you described it that way, that's
You described it because you said it was a huge
What kind of
puddle.
person would do that? Get down and sniff puke.
You're the type of
I
person
wouldn't,
that
and I didn't.
You're the but if someone was gonna do it,
There was a
that I
person.
know personally,
It would be me.
It would be you.
Would it really?
If
Of all the people?
out of all the people I know, and I know a lot of people. I'm not bragging, but I know
He's
a lot
old
of
as
people.
shit too, so 90?
Someone that you know bent down and had to smell puke, who would it be? I was like, well, it's easy. It's got to be Dan. That's what I would say. That's how I'd answer that question.
I agree.
Do you know that what I'm known for on tour?
Smelling
puke?
Licking things, licking disgusting things.
That's under that umbrella. Like
I
that's
just got back from Australia yesterday, and it's known that I'll lick any disgusting thing
What
just
did
to
you do
prove.
yesterday?
What did I do yesterday? I don't remember.
Well, not at
hold
home,
on,
maybe 2
hold
days
on.
ago.
licks
But
the sick as shit.
We were walking through an underpass tunnel thing, and there was a brown smear on the
licked it.
wall.
You licked it?
And someone's like, "Lick that." I was very high. I put my finger on it and put it right on my tongue.
You shut the fuck up.
I did.
You kissed that fucking mouth.
Oh my god! You didn't tell me that.
No, I didn't. I forgot about it until this story just happened.
Other story you told me.
I don't remember what that was, but I didn't get sick. I couldn't taste anything, but my tongue did tingle.
No shit.
I probably have what's the C?
Hepatitis?
Hepatitis, maybe.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
It might have been poop. I don't know if it was poop. I assume it was Tim Tam chocolate.
But
from
then
the Tim
why
Tams.
is it such a far jump that you would have to go down and smell
Come to
puke?
think of it, it's not much of a
It's
jump.
not at all.
Thank you. You've set a
The more I
precedent.
hear about it, the more I think I'm probably the guy that would do that.
Jesus fucking
Got-
Christ.
Heidi, you're right.
I actually think. wait.
Heidi hasn't blinked in 2 minutes.
I'm shut.
Wait a
I'm
second.
like the woman that sold the blood machine where she doesn't blink. Like I'm like.
When I was in New York on tour in 2019, someone was talking about like how gross the water is in New York City. And I was like, and we were backstage. There's next to the stage we were playing. There's a side room with a toilet in there, and I'm like, I'll take a sip of water out of the toilet. I'll take water out of the toilet. Like, no, you won't. It's like a little cup out of the toilet. And did a shot of it. I licked the tube in London, the floor of the tube in London.
But yeah, we're idiots because we thought you bent down and smelled.
I
puke.
actually think subconsciously you wanted us to think that you're a guy that would bend down and smell the puke
No,
the way
no,
you
no.
described
Wait.
it.
That's not true.
Yes. It's,
What
you
you're
don't.
saying-
No, funny.
You don't even realize you're doing it.
Interesting
I find puke
standpoint.
so disgusting.
It is the most disgusting.
More than shit.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Maybe
Wait,
clearly.
what
Yeah.
did you do on the tube?
You
I licked the
it.
floor of it in the subway in London.
Tell them what you used to do in hair
I licked the
salons.
I licked the toilet seat in a tour bus once. When I worked at a hair salon, the sink where with all people get those shampoos. In the drain, there was a huge clump of a bunch of different hair.
Oh,
It was freshly shampooed,
See, but
but I picked up the shampoo.
Okay.
Just to make one of the guys in there gag. I put the whole pile of hair in my mouth full of
that's,
shampoo, and
that's
shoot
disgusting. Okay, so now listen.
which was disgusting, by the way.
That's all great, but I'm fascinated
I'll lick you
now. with-
fuckers too. I don't care.
I'm fascinated with something else because, like, okay, I get that you're just a gross fucking person.
just the hair.
The fascination is
Chew it.
how do you deal with it?
This is
Dickless.
Like,
half of this was just new information.
yeah,
for
that's what
me.
I'm saying.
You know all
Are
the
you
other ones.
thinking right now? Lawyers, I should see. Like, do you know
Did
what
you
I mean?
notice I had my eyes closed?
Just sue me or divorce me for forgive your diseases.
Both.
You're like, that's mine. You can keep that. I think that's mine.
I say just walk away from it all.
What did I do yesterday?
You don't want any traumatic reminders.
I can't remember because I just can't track all of the stories. But there was
I've only been home for one day. What
No,
did I
it
do?
wasn't here in America. It was in Australia. You were relaying something that happened on the flight or something. It was a stray hair, and you.
Oh,
Stop with the hair. Oh my
So-
god.
This is-
Put it in
Oh,
your
I
mouth.
we were
I remember,
eating
yeah, go
we were
ahead.
eating, and my buddy had a hair in his food. He goes, "Oh fuck, it's a hair!" So I grabbed it. and I put the hair in my mouth from his food.
That's actually mild compared to what you
Well,
just
It's
said.
flavored at least.
Precisely, but
It had
has to-
cheese on it at least and sauce.
The
Heidi's trying to keep it together over there so hard.
The scraping of your hand on the brown thing on
I
the
was stoned. What am I
fucking
supposed to
wall. I
do?
don't give a shit what you were on.
Yeah,
I
but
supposed to
dude,
do?
That is so intensely
millions
dumb.
of people get stoned.
And they all do it. You've done it. You've done it. You've done it.
Dude.
You've done it.
How many times I've been stoned?
I
and
got
not
so high for so long that I had to go to multiple hospitals to get
Right?
myself off drugs, and I never did that.
Are you gonna puke for real?
We'll go over
She's
there.
actually very
No,
white.
it's the hair that
All right, so stop with the hair. All right, enough.
Okay, no more hair.
you put a fucking ball of stranger's hair in
Yeah, but
your
Yeah,
mouth.
but
it was wet and
that's old.
shampooed. It was wet and shampooed. It was
That's
clean.
disgust- Do you know? Oh, the hair thing really.
Yeah,
like, I cannot.
To be
stand
honest,
hair.
it was
Dude,
fucking-
If I
it
get
was
a
so
hair in
gross.
food or whatever,
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
take this
That's
back.
it.
Oh, sir, would you want another?
Not
I'm
at
never,
all.
I'm never coming
Never
back here
wanna
again.
eat
Not at all.
Yeah,
You
I'm
guys
not.
heard
Not
about-
only am I not coming back here, I'm not eating like until
Ever
a
again.
few
Yeah,
days.
no. When I was early 20s, my mom came to visit me. I was living on my own, and my roommate and I went out to eat with my mom, and we were at a pub.
Well, if you were living on your own, how did you have a roommate?
Yeah,
I mean,
Heidi.
living on my
Oh.
own
That's
from
all-
The story has
home.
holes in it.
From home, you know what I mean?
It's very sus.
And she bought us dinner, and I had a broccoli cheese soup in a bread bowl, which is very Wisconsin, where they
Oh, that does sound
so
pretty
good.
good.
They
Hollow
dig
that
out the
shit
yeah.
out.
So I'm eating it. Have I told this story? I don't think I have.
I would have ordered the hamburger.
So I'm eating it, and I'm looking at my mom. I'm sitting across from her, and she's telling me something, and I start to cry, and I can't move.
You're
And my-
20?
And my mom is like, What's wrong? She's like, are you choking? Because I always choke on every fucking thing.
That's what we've heard.
She's like, oh, man. Oh, gross. And I
Oh, was it a long one?
no, I took it out of my mouth because I thought it was a piece of broccoli. It was a fucking Band-Aid that had fallen off somebody's finger.
Like a round
into
one
my,
and
yes.
dirty.
And I was chewing on it.
Like, this one's tough. This piece of broccoli is tough.
That's grosser than hair.
And I spit it out in my hand.
Oh,
and my mom
fuck.
was like, started going, oh, no. Oh, no.
I might gag at that one.
yeah, that's gnarly,
that's disgusting.
man.
I spit it out in my hand. I put it on the table. I go running to the bathroom, and I just lost it in the
Yeah.
bath. It was
Yeah,
disgusting.
that's-
And the guy's like,
Rightfully so.
Yeah, that's
and the
bad.
guy said, "Can I buy you a drink?" Oh no, you're not buying. You're buying.
Yeah,
my,
do you have any isopropyl alcohol, please?
Yeah, you're
On
buying
ice?
my trip to the emergency room because
When Luca was a little kid, we took him to this place that's been shut down since because apparently we weren't the only person that ever have an incident there. But he's eating a hamburger, and all of a sudden he's like, and it's not even gross, but it's just they had cooked a piece of plastic like from a strip that they
Yeah,
pulled off
yeah.
of a thing into the hamburger.
cooked it into.
Yeah, and I go up, and in front of everybody, I'm like, they're like, "Oh, can we help?" I'm like,
I
"Yeah."
asked for no plastic,
This
specifically.
isn't my fucking son's hamburger. And they're like, oh, so sorry. And they come over and they're like, would you like another hamburger? I'm like, no. Like, I want to talk to the fucking owner of this place, you know? So they were like accommodating and cool, but yet they weren't going to like comp the meal or
Right.
anything like that. Like,
Absolutely not.
so I was like, I think I talked about this when it happened because we were doing Dark
It sounds
Matter
a little
back then.
familiar.
Yeah. And
I don't remember the details.
so I
though.
tweeted about it and I put the fuck like
shit.
I outed them and a bunch of people responded like, "Oh, that place that cause it's not there anymore."
It was like hashtag me too.
Yeah, it
But
was.
for
They're
suffering
like
food.
I had a thing, and I'm like, dude, this
I had a
place
bowling
needs-
ball in it, dude.
This place needs to be the shut the fuck down.
Wait a
Like,
second.
and it
Wow.
did. It went out of business.
My mom was having pasta once, and there was a piece of broken glass in it that got caught in her throat.
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
So
What?
you know that place in
the
town,
99.
Creation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go there
So
sometimes.
I usually get like a carrot. Their carrot cake.
Those ones that are $43 or whatever.
Exactly.
It is.
And when I
go
fly,
there every day.
yeah,
To the one on
they're
Markmont.
they're so great. And so when I fly, I always get something like that. I feel healthier. I snack on it.
Nice big piece of carrot cake to feel healthy.
Yeah. It's vegan.
I'm a health nut.
It's
Yeah.
a vegan. It's gluten free. It's 1,200 calories. No big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And I'm chewing. I'm eating it, and I was like, oh, and I cut the upper thing of my mouth, my gum, and it was a fucking piece of glass in there, and I was like, I fucking own creation now.
Cha-ching!
But I was going to Wisconsin. I was there for a couple weeks. And so when I came back, I froze the thing. And they never called me back. And so I went in there the other day and I was like, hey, I'm the girl that found the big piece of glass in the carrot cake. And I feel like they don't believe me. Not carrot cake, carrot
It's
loaf.
so easy not to believe, but like it's also so easy to fake. But
I took a picture of it. But what am I gonna do?
How do you prove it? That's the tough part.
So I bought a bunch of like smoothies and shit, and he gave it to me all for free. He's like, here, this is you just take that, and then we'll
I was
have
gonna
our guy.
say you're really
call you.
teaching them a lesson by spending another $100 there.
I
I'll
used
show
to get
these
those
fucks.
chia puddings that they sell.
Yeah,
so
so good.
But every once in a while,
Chia
it's
pudding?
not good. It's like fermented.
Oh.
You know, like it's spoiled kind
Yeah.
of. So I've just gone back with the empty thing and be like, just for the record, this was fucking spoiled. It tasted like shit, and they just give me free stuff back.
Especially if you go to the same
I
place
go
all the time,
so the
Yeah.
they're
kids
gonna
know
believe
me in
you
there.
every
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking A.
But I feel like I should have got a lawyer or something. No, Is that-
How do you prove it? That's the hardest
Unless
thing.
you've been harmed by it, like you swallowed it, you had to go to the hospital. Like,
What?
what are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
that's
Like,
true.
they're gonna just tell you, oh, well, we'll give you some free,
Right.
yeah.
They'll just
glassless cake.
yeah,
I was
ramp up
eating
their customer
I was eating
service.
chicken sauté the other night, the chicken on a stick. And I was trying to eat the bite, and I pulled the stick out. I got a splinter in the corner of my mouth, which I haven't removed yet. Might still be. I think it's still there. Yeah. Anyway, that's
I've
the
had
kind of
like
person I am.
something stuck in my teeth that like took me 3 days. Like I've flossed,
And, like-
brushed, and like you just keep doing your tongue like, and
You
then
feel like you're moving your teeth.
But then it finally comes out.
It's like you're
It's
coming.
like coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's more satisfying.
And it's like
You put it on your chest,
And
and
it's like,
oh,
it's like a little tiny fucking
kernel.
piece of
Nothing.
something. Yeah, like yeah.
Did you hear about the woman at the Philharmonica?
Philharmonic.
Yo, Phil Hartman, Annika.
The LA Philharmonic? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
You nailed it.
And she had
Film harmonic?
and she had an orgasm. Like super you ever heard
No,
that?
please find it.
Come on.
No.
From the music?
Yes. It just
Was it from the
happened.
frequency of the low notes?
From the dude fucking her from behind.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Here.
Every time.
Woman's loud and full body orgasm heard during LA
While
Philharmonic
she's
concert.
playing, she's in it or she's in the audience.
No, that's what woman. She experienced a loud and full body orgasm during a recent performance of Tchaikovsky's Fifth.
Tchaikovsky, right?
Tchaikovsky.
I think so.
Not real good at words. It's my first day. Everyone
Tchaikovsky.
kind of turned to see what was happening.
Molly Grant. Let's find Molly
Molly
Grant.
Grant, who
They-
was
they gave her a
sitting
name?
near-
Yeah.
No, it's not her.
Oh,
she was
that was a
sitting-
witness?
She was.
It was me. I'm Molly Grant. I came. Yes, it
Molly
was me.
Grant came so hard.
Molly
was-
Grant, known slut.
Who was sitting near the ecstatic woman. I saw the girl after it happened, and I assumed that she had an orgasm because she was heavily breathing, and her partner was smiling and looking at
And
her.
smelling his fingers.
Like
He's probably
in an
fingering her, like-
effort, like in an effort to not shame her. Oh, come on, LA.
Maybe he had one of those. Maybe he had one of those buzzers that
She
vibrates
said
the clit
it
thing.
was quite beautiful.
I have a question.
Bet.
News is such a
If for some reason I was
there's
sitting
an audio clip. Sorry.
of her coming,
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah.
Play it.
on the mic.
If I started coming right here, right now, I could easily not make a sound and not change my face.
Yeah.
I could keep it inside.
Men could do that. I don't
Oh
think
my
women
god.
can.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
ask.
Oh my god. I think she was murdered.
If you guys have orgasms, could you keep it inside your mouth?
Of course.
Right. Wait.
I mean, I would.
And it was at the music break.
Joking.
I would.
Oh my god.
It sounds like Howard Dean.
Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on.
To make
Video
a-
too?
Absolutely.
Hold on.
What?
Also in attendance was British composer Magnus Fiennes, brother of actor
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes, who insisted it absolutely happened after.
Can you play the audio one more time, please?
Social media erupted with doubtful claims.
Play it into the mic again, please.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta hear it one more time.
Wait. Oh my God.
Boom.
Come on.
Walked you right into that one, dummy.
Oh boy. That's insane. Come on.
Have you guys talked? Ever
Lick
been?
shit off of a wall? No.
I mentioned Australia. Have you guys been to Australia? You guys don't know the magic of meat pies. Oh my God, it's my new addiction. You get them at every airport, every corner place. It's like a 7-Eleven. Or it's food you can buy absolutely everywhere.
Hairless?
Hairless hair pie, meat pie. It's a hand pie that's like the size of that, and it's just a flaky pie stuffed with beef and mashed potatoes, and it's so.
Is it hot?
Yes, it's like the best food ever. I forgot how great they were.
Is it like a pot pie, sort of?
Yes, but it's a palm sized, and you get it for on the go, and it might be the best food I ever had in my life. I'm obsessed. Yeah.
In New York, Jamaican beef patties are big. They're like that flaky crust with beef inside them. They're
So many different foods. Also there,
Nick's at my house though. I'll ask him about meat pies.
who is?
Nick.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Nice. Australian Nick.
Yeah, he said, by the way, oh God, I wished I was with Dan. Like, we would have had so much fun.
Is he Melbourne or is he Sydney?
I don't know.
Is he from? I think he might be from Sydney. But in the airports there, you can bring fluids. You can bring your own drinks on the plane, and no one takes off their shoes. And it made me realize the shoes are the big thing here that makes all the lines and makes security crazy.
Yeah.
Everything flies through there so fast
Yeah.
because no one's pulling drinks out and no one's taking their shoes off. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Also,
That's all just a fucking ploy to get you
to pay for the pre-check.
TSA pre-check or global entry or
That
clear.
dawned on me.
Yep.
Like, because I'm a clear member.
Yes.
Oh, did you get pulled out of your line
What do you mean?
on the way in? Were they like, sir, would you like to experiment with clear?
Oh, I'm a member, so I just walk up to the thing, put my eyes in the thing, and they walk me right up
But
to
you
the...
don't have to take off your shoes or anything?
Right.
Oh.
That's all that is a little money-making ploy.
Yeah.
But I think that they could do better, right? It's $85 for 5 years.
What do you mean they can do better?
Like, shouldn't they do like $400 for 5 years?
I don't remember how much it is. If that's the case, then
You
great.
wouldn't get like that's such a huge price point. I wouldn't pay for that, and I'm incredibly
yeah, I
wealthy.
wouldn't.
Yeah. I think it's.
I would do
$400 for
TSA
5 years
pre-check.
of not having to fucking deal with the line.
I don't know if I
and
would do
shit.
it. 100, no
if you
problem.
travel that
I
much, though,
might.
if you don't
Yeah.
travel
What-
a lot.
like,
Supply and
she-
demand,
I would.
guys.
She's only had it for 1 flight or 2 flights, and already it's worth it, right?
Absolutely 100%.
Paying
What, the
$100.
clear?
No, just the
The
TSA pre-check.
Oh.
Yeah.
$100,
Yeah, I
5
think
years.
I'm going to go get it.
If you
If
for
you go to
one
Wisconsin-
flight, it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
After one flight, it's worth it. It's
I agree.
it's
you
amazing.
just walk through, right? Because you're already...
You don't take your shoes off. No laptops out. Nothing.
Fuck.
You just go.
100% would have missed my flight to Boston if I didn't have TSA pre-check.
Yes,
Because
it's the best.
the traffic getting into the gate was so absurd. If I couldn't just walk in that line, no
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
No fucking
No, it's
way.
all totally worth it. I just was in Vegas this weekend. Walk right in
about
at LA, at Burbank. They don't have clear, but on the way back.
Yeah, pre-check, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pre-check, yeah. And then the funny thing is I had a cutlery roll. Just,
The one you take with you everywhere.
yeah, I take it with, and usually
Wait, what's a cutlery?
it's like
roll?
I have it in
Silverware.
my car. It's just silverware. It's just a
Oh.
knife, fork, spoon, whatever.
He carries
and,
his own everywhere.
and it's in a little leather pouch that rolls out. Right, so.
Oh.
He's very fancy. This
I
guy.
travel with
Fancy.
it and I use it like when I go to a restaurant or whatever. But
You're such a doll.
so
So eco-friendly.
usually you can't travel with it. Like you have to pack it in luggage that you're checking. So usually if I'm going to like Vegas, I don't take it.
Even with no
'cause
knife. What about a fork and spoon? You can't bring.
a fork and spoon you can
Okay.
bring.
The knife has to have a certain...
Yeah, it has, but mine has a serrated edge.
yeah, no question.
So I just forgot this time. It was in my bag.
Oh,
Flew right through, went to Burbank, which they're more sticklers there
Yep.
than they are. But at Vegas, they flagged me on the way back. They're like, "You have a knife in your bag." I'm like, "I do? I totally forgot."
way to play it off. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh,
I
oh,
did.
shit. I thought it was just the gun. I'm sorry.
And the one that I travel with is just stainless steel shit. It's not actual silverware. Like I have a silverware set that's expensive, but
Oh my God.
so I was like, "Well, just toss it and give me the thing back." But they didn't catch it on the way out, but they caught it on the way back, which is just weird.
What are you
I
guys
hate when
doing?
that happens.
Yeah.
It's so
This is your
weird.
moment. There's
Yeah,
a guy
yeah, this
bringing a
is
knife
what
on the
you're
plane.
doing. You're
Yeah.
sitting at a machine.
This is how 9/11 happened.
You're
You fucking
sitting at a
retards.
machine, and because I was pre-check,
Yep.
There's no one on, when I was at Burbank, there's no one on that line.
Yeah.
So literally the guy is just looking at, it's not like
Just
there's
you.
40 bags because
Right.
I'm traveling alone because
Right.
I met people there.
Time is not of the essence. It
Yeah.
didn't
He's
matter.
just sitting there.
God.
I wonder if
And
it's hard to
they actually
focus that
did.
much.
They actually did open my bag at Burbank because I have these little tiny weight things for my physical therapy. So I brought them with me.
I thought you were
they're-
about to say a dish or something. I'm like,
No,
you
it's
bring your own
just-
dishes. And this little
It's just
tiny
these-
little
it's
teacup.
just these
My own
little-
folding table to eat at? Where
It's
we
these
go?
little egg weights that like they go on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fingers, and so I can do my fucking things that I have to do. And they flagged that and opened my bag and
Push
were
the
like-
knife to the side.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
this, sir?
That's exactly
What's
what they
this?
did.
Major egg things.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, was it just for my physical? Okay, and then close it back up. And I totally forgot that the shit was in there.
Yep.
That's funny.
They're so dumb. They're so pointless.
Yeah.
They're so
Where did you
fucking
stay
useless.
in Vegas?
The Palazzo.
Oh, wow.
I like it, the Palazzo. I like
I did
the
very
soap
well.
that they have.
I came home with way more money than I went with.
Did you? What'd you win? How much you win?
I won about almost $5,000.
That's fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
What did you play?
Here's why. I mean, I did well playing whatever, but so I'm walking with two friends of mine, and one of my friends says to my other friend, "Hey, pick that up." And there's $100 bill on the floor because we're walking from the Venetian to the Palazzo.
Yeah. And that's not
And
the
I
place
had-
where you ask anyone top 100.
No, and I had already won like $700 playing roulette in the Venetian, so I was like calling it a night. We're walking back, it's late, and he sees the 100. He tells my friend, "Hey, pick that up." So he
Why didn't
picks
he pick it up?
Because my
Oh,
friend
okay.
was my other friend was right,
right.
next to it. He's like, "Bend down, pick that up," because there's people walking. Like, get it fast.
Yeah.
So he picks it up, and he's like, "Okay, when we get back into the plaza, let's just put it on red or black or whatever. It's found money." So we walk to this roulette table. It's empty. He puts it on black, and I feel around in my pockets. I'm like, "Oh, I got a few chips from Venetian still, and you can use them because the hotels are connected." And there's like $35 in chips. So I just put it on number 10. 10. And like the payout's like 36-1 or something like that. So that was like $1,200 something right there.
what?
Off of 35
Off of 35 bucks?
Yeah.
Great.
And my friends were like, "Oh my God." It was one of those moments like, holy shit. And it was
Wow.
literally, I don't feel like going to the cage to cash this $35 in.
Let's just get rid
I'll
of
just
it.
get rid of it.
Yep.
Wow.
And it hit. So that's how I got to that. And then the next night, me and the same two guys decided, like, let's pool some money and we'll each put 100 in the high gaming slots in the high limit room. So we're playing this slot machine for like $25 a hand.
Oh my! A pull?
Jesus Christ.
Huh?
25 a pull?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
25
Wheel
a
of
pull.
Fortune.
Yeah, because they're the
Fucking
high
Christ.
limit, but if you hit the payout, and we hit,
People have too much money.
yeah, we hit it, and that was like, between the three of us, we split. I got like another 2 and change from that, so it was like 6 something we hit the machine for.
Holy
Like,
shit.
I have a video of it. I'll show you later. Like, the guy had, because my player's card was in there.
Mm-hmm.
The guy had to take my social security, give me like a form and all that. And then
Is it
they
after
come
$1,000
out and
or
they
after
pay
how
you.
much?
I think it's over $1,000 or
Okay.
something
Wow.
like that. And
Good
then just
deal.
like playing, and I actually, if I would have been smart, I could have come home with like 8, 9, but I blew a bunch of more on gambling. But
But still, coming up 6 is pretty.
shit.
That's
Yeah,
a.
yeah.
That's, coming up with $50 a head is worth it.
Yeah.
Or even breaking even.
Yeah,
Or-
breaking even.
We've talked about it before. If you go and your trip is paid for, you've won.
Yeah.
If your hotel or whatever's paid for, you're good.
Yeah.
So do you, when you play the roulette game, like, what do you put it on, like, mostly? Do
I
you have,
put
like,
it on my
numbers?
kids' birthdays numbers. There's like, and a couple of lucky numbers that are my numbers. So I
Every
don't,
time. You don't
every
fuck
time.
around.
But I also I play those, but I'll also play the corners
Feelers.
on
Yeah.
every fucking number I'm playing, so that if I hit, it's more, and if I hit any of those subsequent numbers, I'll make my money back for the next bet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was it today I just said I don't like gambling? Just today? He's making me feel like I should start
Yeah, I
gambling.
know.
We
right?
sat
I'm like,
we sat next to this guy
I
once.
love gambling.
Oh, I love
hate
it
it.
so much.
Oh, I don't like it.
So we sat next to this young guy from
Was he hot?
Japan or something, and he had like these stacks of chips. And so I sat down next to him and I was like, "What's your secret? Like, what do you do?" And he's like, "Watch me." And so he started to put, like, if there
So
were
I started to make sushi.
This is how I make a living.
he was doing it if it was like 21, 35. He had a whole thing that he taught me that if there's 4 evens in a row, then it's going to be an odd, and then it's going to be an even again, and then there's
that's why the
it's
numbers are up
crazy.
of what's come out on that
Yeah.
digital board of what's hitting.
We're
What's
talking about
not.
roulette.
Yeah.
I don't understand roulette at all.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's super easy.
I didn't know there's anything to understand.
I thought it was
But like,
just chance.
I was watching,
me
and
too.
there's a thing called.
Is it not just chance?
No, I mean, yes,
There's
it's
a
just
rhythm,
chance,
or
but
not
there
rhythm,
is,
but-
yeah. If you start watching, looking at the numbers, like I'll go to a table and know I'm going to lose. This table's not going to hit my numbers,
Yeah.
and I'm still playing.
Why?
Like because you look at what's coming out, and it's like there's like a rhythm to it, and then there's also other systems. Like, okay, you can look at the wheel, and you could take a chunk of like 5 numbers that are next to each other, which seem completely random on the board. They're red and black, and they're different numbers. Put all your money on those, so that when you're watching it go down, because a lot of times you'll have your chips on a specific number, and it goes in that number and then bounces out to the next
Yep.
one. So like, there's that kind of philosophy that you could play that way, but there is a rhythm to it. There's if you ever watch that show, there's like on A&E or Bravo, there's like Vegas cheaters that have gotten
Yes.
caught or whatever. Yeah,
Yep.
there was these kids who got a fucking roulette wheel and made it in their house. Like they were like math students, like physics students, and figured out the rotation of the ball, and depending upon that, and they went and they targeted a guy who was spinning around the same velocity, and they would bet like that chunk of the thing, and they won like shit tons of money. But they got caught eventually from being watched and how they figured it out.
Do you have to put your bets in before the wheel spins?
Yeah,
or-
you put them in before it spins, and then they'll spin, and you could still bet, and then the
That's
dealer
what I'm
at
saying.
one point will go like that, no more bets.
At what point does the no more bets
Usually
happen?
halfway, like when it's gone around
I
a
didn't
bunch of
realize
times.
that.
Yeah.
Is it only the dealer who spins and pushes? Is it a ball?
No, the
What is it
thing
called?
is constantly spinning.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it never stops.
It never
no.
stops.
So they don't keep pushing it?
no,
And the dealer puts the
sometimes
ball
they'll
in there?
Give it a little.
Or does anyone ever like, you can put the ball in now?
No.
Okay.
Just the
Absolutely
dealer,
not, yeah.
and they flick it around. Yeah.
Okay. I still don't understand how it's not chance.
It's
I
one of my
really only play
favorite
that
games.
and craps.
Okay.
Those are the only 2 games I play.
All right. It's craps, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
I
I
love
still
playing
don't.
poker, but it's just so much of a commitment, and it's like you can't just get up and walk away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All I
So-
know is poker and blackjack. But I'd be terrified to play poker in a professional setting.
I tried it once, and nope.
I thought I was good at it until I played with someone who like knows poker.
Knows
and I was
poker,
like,
yeah.
oh, I should just tell you what I have in my hand. How the fuck did you know?
Yeah.
But I can see your carotid artery throbbing when you, you know,
yeah. There's
fucking A.
dudes
I gotta
like
wear a
that.
parka. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've done decent at poker in Vegas, and then I've gotten my ass handed to me too. But like, yeah, there's people out there that like that's their job, that's
Yeah.
their living. They make
We have
living
a
that
good
way.
friend who's a semi-professional poker player. Like he works in entertainment, but like he'll go on these weekends where he like will go and join the World Series of Poker and do that shit. and He loves it. I mean, the swings are very emotional swings. The ups and downs are.
Yeah.
If you
sometimes he has to take,
can't
like, a
if you
long
can't
break.
afford it, definitely don't even try it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You got to be willing to lose, I guess.
yeah.
Which I'm not a very
I'm
good
not.
loser.
Especially if you don't have a lot of money.
That's what I
or, like,
mean.
you
That's
go
what,
there with-
you have
yeah, if I
to
go-
be
yeah.
whatever you bet. You have to be willing to not have
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Which is
There's
very
a
hard
sign
for
on the
me.
board on the roulette things that say drought,
Oh.
and it's usually like for the green,
Yeah.
the double, the zero, the double zero, and it'll tell you drought 70. Like that means
And
in
then the hot
70
ones.
spins,
Yeah.
in 70 spins, the zeros haven't hit, right? So you figure it's law of averages; it will hit sooner or later. So I'm standing there, and my wife is playing, and I never play at the same table. One, because she usually plays the same numbers anyway, and it just, I don't know, it feels like bad luck when we're both playing at the same table. So I'm just standing there, and my brother-in-law's there too, and I go, I'm looking at the drought sign, I'm looking at the drought, I was like, bro, it's going to hit double zeros. And he's just like, and it hits the double zeros, and I was like, for fucking 3 hours. It's like, I fucking should have.
You didn't have the feeling the whole time
Oh
until
my
that.
But I knew it was going to hit. I just had a feeling it was going to hit. Just the night before was the 10 thing. Like, it's going to be 10, you know? And I was so mad that I didn't just dig out real fast and put it down, and I watched it happen, and I was like, to me, I lost.
Yeah, sure.
Even though I didn't bet at all.
Yeah.
You
You didn't play, so you lost.
Stewing like a little fucking 12. You're like,
I'll tell you a story.
3 hours.
We grew up so poor, and my mom would play the lottery every week or every.
Say it again. We grew up so poor.
I grew up so poor. Oh, Todd loves it. And my mom would play like the Mass Millions or whatever it was every week, or I don't know how often it happens. And she would play the same numbers. It was our birthdays for years and years and years and years and years. Truly, the one time she didn't play, everything came up in order.
Right.
And
God.
it wasn't like a millions jackpot, but it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars that like it literally would have changed our lives for the like. I probably wouldn't have been licking brown stains in Australia
Just gonna say
if I grew up with a little bit more wealth, but I just grew up so hungry you eat everything. And we were sitting there when it happened, and she just like had this like, my mom gets mad very easily, but she was just like, it's like she died inside, and she got up and went in the kitchen, and she broke every plate and dish that we had. So then we never have to go buy more with the money we don't have. I mean,
with the food that you can't put on the dish in the first
So the
place.
one night that she didn't play,
The
the one
one
time
night-
it hit all the stuff that she
in
always
order,
played.
like not even just the right numbers, but you know you get more if it's like in order.
Yeah.
It came out perfect, and it was like it might have been the worst day of her life.
Oh God, that's horrible.
That
Speaking
is.
of awful,
Take that, Mom. Thanks for fucking me up. You deserve it. Kidding. I love you.
the Met Gala was yesterday or last night or whatever it was. You know the Met Gala.
I know what it is. I
Have you
hate
seen?
it.
Oh, I do too. Have you seen the fucking video that's going around of this
Lady
Doja
having
cat?
an orgasm at the Met Gala.
Oh no. What's Doja Cat?
She's a singer. Have you heard of her?
Oh, I've heard
Yeah,
of her.
I've
I
heard
may have
Yeah.
heard of it.
I don't know her, but I've heard of her.
So she is dressed up
How do you spell
in a
it?
beautiful gown because it's the. I had to look up what the fucking theme was. It's Karl Lagerfeld, and I guess Karl loved cats.
DOJA? How do you spell Doja?
I think it's
Yeah,
DOJ.
it's DOJ. I guess that he loved cats, so she's dressed up. Well, Jared Leto came in a cat outfit.
He
cat
came?
suit.
Oh, I did see her. She only talked in meows?
Yes.
This fucking idiot?
Come on.
They asked her. She said meow meow,
No.
and that's it.
She
I
wouldn't
feel
speak
like-
in words.
Nope. I feel like I'm done with just life and in LA and.
I support that. That's.
I just
Oh,
want-
this is what you posted about just bring me back to
Yeah,
Wisconsin and don't take my phone
me
away?
to Wisconsin, drop me off at my mom and dad's, and take my phone, and that's it. I'm done.
Just me out.
The Met Gala might be even more up your assery than the Oscars are, as far as
Oh,
like just
for
like
sure.
this as how gross Hollywood is.
Yes.
Is this? But man, I would love to go. I'm just kidding.
Look at Jared Leto with the
where's
fucking
he?
cat outfit, and
That-
he's doing
this
his
is him?
pose. He's dabbing.
That's Jared Leto.
Yes. In a cat outfit, you got, and there he is. There, he took
look
off
at
the
this
hat.
with the hat off.
I can't.
What is going on in the world? Why do we live? Why do we live?
I
Why are we here?
just-
They look like a bunch of pussies.
But all she said was,
What a dick.
and then the girl asked her a question that was longer than a yes or no or a this or that, and she was like, meow 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 meow, meow, like the fucking Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
meow,
the
meow,
Daniel
meow, meow,
Tiger?
Meow meow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I can't handle it.
When I
So,
was a
Jared-
kid, wait, really quick.
Yeah.
'cause that just reminded me. When I was a kid, you know, Mr. Rogers was a big thing, obviously,
Yeah.
for an old guy like me when I was little. And my brother used to go, meow me, meow me, fuck me, meow me, meow. And say curse words like that. To the point where he's done it to me like
Since
in the last probably 6-7 months.
yeah.
Oh, I need to
Which
meet
is
your
just
brother.
funny. Yeah.
Oh, his brother, you would love him. You would love him.
Meow, meow, cunt, meow, meow, meow. Like he was just too short.
So good. Do you know whose brother wants to fuck really bad?
Who?
Me.
Dan.
Oh yeah, it's true.
He
Is
is.
he gay?
What do you think?
No, he's
I
not.
don't know. Maybe
Yeah, he
he's
wants me.
experimenting.
He wants me.
He
He
loves,
openly wants
like,
me.
He loves all women and Dan.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, yeah. He thinks I'm very masculine.
Oh,
It's very cool.
hello.
I was saying that Jared
I
Leto
would
looks like
pipe down on the hair and shit and all that kind of stuff.
It's gonna
that
make
you
him
lick,
come in his
yeah.
pants.
No, it's gonna make him lose interest.
Oh shit! You're right. You're right.
He's very clean.
I was just thinking what a big dick Jared Leto is, and it reminded me when I was in the airport in Sydney heading home. You know when Todd knows when you walk into a urinal, you walk up to the
I know.
row of them. You know too.
Totally.
But like sometimes out of the corner of your eye, like you see dicks. You just see dicks, and you're also kind of curious, like what if you can see it? Like what's this guy working with?
Right.
Really?
I saw the biggest cock I've ever seen in my life.
Was it Tommy Lee?
No, it wasn't. This thing, Tommy Lee would feel like he had micro penis compared to this guy. What? This guy was pissing. He was probably 6'6", old, very old dude. He was two-handing a soft dick to piss. Now you know how crazy that is.
Oh yeah,
Because
no.
it's a stream. If he wasn't two-handing it, it'd be like a fire hose just
I hold
pissing
mine
everywhere.
like a cigarette.
2 fingers. But I saw this guy was double-handing it and like 2 hands, and there was easily 4 inches coming past his hand.
Stop
And the head of his I swear to you, the head of his cock was like truly like a baby's fist. It was or like a plum, like a plum or something.
Nope.
I am not interested.
This thing,
A baby holding an apple.
Nope.
absolutely.
Hard.
This thing had to have been over a foot long hard. It had
I
to
bet he
have
was
been.
single.
Yeah.
Must have been.
It's not good.
Or convicted of manslaughter for all the fucking shit.
Well, I tell
It
you-
was unbelievable, guys.
The You're Not Wayne story,
Yes, of course.
which is a famous
Yeah.
story. The first time I ever saw that thing, I was in like 10th grade maybe or something. We were at this party in New York in the wintertime. So it was fucking freezing out. We're wasted drunk. We go out to the side of this, like it was an apartment party.
Yeah.
We go out to the side to go take a piss, and it's freezing, and I'm not packing like
Listen,
that anyway.
When it's cold, that
So,
dick
like,
climbs inside
Yeah.
your body.
So like I pull my zipper down. It's freezing. Like with gloves on, or I pull my zipper down, and I'm like pulling it out so I don't piss on my
Trying
pants.
to, yes, sometimes you
go
have to
past
stretch
the-
it past the
Yeah,
zipper.
yeah, so, and it's fucking.
Otherwise,
It's like an
freezing.
accordion.
even though it's
Yeah.
unzipped,
Like a-
you're still gonna piss inside your pants.
Yeah, so it's like pushing myself out like this and pulling it out to go piss. And he goes like this. He unzips his pants and he's just like, we're both
The
wasted.
head's hanging in the snow.
And he just goes, thunk. And it's like out and hanging out. And I look at him, I look up at him, and I look down at it, and I look up at him, and I look down at it, I look up at him, and I go, hey, bro, I'm not gay or anything, but let me see that thing. And he just started laughing. He just started laughing. He turned around and
and
he
it
went,
was soft.
oh, yeah, yeah.
That must have been just at this guy's dick.
Yeah.
I truly was like, I almost wanted to ask him, like, what is it like having that? Have you ever crippled somebody? How do you deal with it?
it's hard to
It's
get close to
unbelievable.
I've said it before. Like, if I was that way, I would just never. My dick would be out.
I told you I would wear clear pants. Like, I would wear
I would just
saran
be
wrap
like-
underwear and shorts and just like, oh me?
Hey,
no,
did
it's
you
fine.
Here
I
goes
just
the
mean-
Met Gala.
Hey, did you see this thing?
Hi, I'm Todd. I also have this.
Sorry.
Oh man, I really it was just like it was astounding. Like we went to hold koalas and see
Oh, that
kangaroos.
looks so cute. I love
And
koalas.
this
And all
dick-
you thinking about is the dick.
I could stare at that dick longer than I could look at koalas.
should've
and
licked
kangaroos.
it.
I should have. If he let me, dude, I would have loved to. It was unbelievable.
I see dudes like that in the gym sometimes, and I'm like, in the locker room. They just obviously walk around.
Just nap there.
Yeah, and like sitting there like I'm just like
hanging a towel on it.
Fucker. Yeah. You motherfucker.
I know you guys say that guys don't really want that, but we do.
I was gonna say,
girls
I feel
don't
Oh,
like
I don't care.
Some do.
the only people you're impressing are yourself.
Yeah, that's
true.
all. I would
girls
just,
don't want
I
it
wouldn't
that
even,
big.
I wouldn't even be care. Like, I wouldn't care if girls are seeing it or not. I would just be like, hey, buddy. Like, it would just be my best friend.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't.
I would pick it up.
Need anyone.
I would sling it over my shoulder and walk up like, we don't need her anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck somebody else.
I went
it.
to see Brittany, what's her last name?
Spears.
Griner.
Furlan.
Oh, yeah.
Furlan, and she's married to Tommy Lee, and she's doing stand up again. And one of her things is, I went a couple weeks ago, is about how her vagina is now wrecked because his dick is so big. And she's like, despite what guys think, she's
Stirring
like,
her guts.
it fucking hurts. And she goes, think about like how little down here is, and that thing is going up. And
Yeah, it's
it's
stirring
not.
the guts.
is that what it's called?
Yeah, when you have a huge one,
It sucks.
move your guts around.
Stirring the guts.
It's terrible, guys. Just so you
It
know.
fucking
All right.
hurts.
I'm gonna put it in my face
Can you
again.
imagine doing anal with a huge fucking? Nope.
We're working on it. We're working.
No, thank you.
I've had sex with some of the same women
As Wayne.
as
Dude,
Wayne.
thwomp.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's we way rather fuck you. It's too big.
Rather, guys.
And I'm like,
I don't wanna hear that.
Yeah, so
Wait,
you're
who's Wayne?
saying
The
you're
thwomp.
saying
The
you
newbie.
You've heard the story.
you're saying you could take mine with ease.
Yeah,
is
and not
what
even
you're
know it's in
saying
there.
To me, yeah.
No.
We all want to hurt someone sometime. Just one time.
Is that a country song?
Yeah.
Just
I don't know. No one to hold them. No one to fuck them into a wheelchair.
obliterate.
That's why sometimes I'm like, to my wife, I'm like, you want to feel what it's like to have a big dick in you? And I just punch her,
Punch her in the asshole as hard as you can.
punch her in her
Oh.
pussy.
We're pretty much we've done a show, haven't we? God, I had so much to get to. I want to tell you one thing before we break
do
here.
it.
We got games to play and
How can
everything.
you
I don't know.
pick?
I'm
next
gonna go
time.
with the Philharmonic afterwards. If you know what I'm saying.
I 2 flights yesterday. It was Brisbane to Sydney was like an hour and a half, and then Sydney to LA was 13 plus hours. So I took an edible, took a 10 milligram edible to help me sleep.
Oh boy.
And I woke up and I reached down to the seat, and underneath my ball sack
Was another guy's big dick.
no, was a 2-pack wrapped thing of Oreos. So
The flight attendant put it under.
I don't know who did it because I had 3 or 4 friends on the
That
on the
would be a
flight.
great visual of like just the flight attendant like
Waking up and her being like holding my dick up and putting the ball. But I asked my friends on the flight, I'm like, did you guys put Oreos under my balls when I was asleep? And they all laughed. Like, no, absolutely not. So I do think a stewardess must have come by
Or she did it and she put it in your seat.
because she
and then
dropped 2 or 3 things on me specifically the whole flight. She was handing out headphones at one point at the beginning and dropped like 5 sets of headphones on my lap and like went to grab them.
sorry.
And then she touched me. She goes, I'm so sorry I touched you. I'm like, who cares? It's fine. And then when
She's
she
like, "Oh, right."
came through with the food tray, she went to
now
dump.
it's on.
She went to dump someone's food tray, and one of their filthy spaghetti sauce covered napkins landed on my shoulder.
See, but I don't think you're serious now. 'cause
No, I'm
you
serious.
love all that shit.
I don't love that.
Right.
You're
I
like,
don't. I didn't love
He
that.
doesn't like when it's not on purpose.
And
Just blew your
I
cover.
looked at her like I'm like, what again with this? And she took it off, and she was so
That's funny.
apologetic. But then I woke up and had sack snacks under my balls, and it was like a very pleasant treat because I was stoned and cookies sounded great anyway. But it was very weird.
Ball-ridden cookies.
Yes,
Sack snacks.
sack
Sweaty.
snacks.
Sack snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, sack snacks.
Sack
Oh, I
snacks.
just got it. I was like,
Yeah.
what is sack snacks?
There's a snack under my sack. It was so strange.
Wow, that's like a
but-
Christmas thing.
If you guys are listening, I hope that you wake up with snacks under your jennies.
Let me ask you a question because
Yeah.
the girls won't understand this. Have you ever just
'Cause they're
had-
dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever just had a strange hair in your area like
Like a long hair wrapped around or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
And like okay, so like guys have this phenomenon that happens sometimes. It's kind of like a sock missing from the dryer type of thing. Like
Yeah.
how did that happen? Where somehow you'll have a hair wrapped, right?
Or you feel something in your leg and you pull it and your whole dick lifts up.
Yeah.
Where it's wrapped
been
around
like,
it.
kind of wrapped around your dick, but it's like a blonde hair, and like I haven't been around a blonde woman.
I have not had that.
Wait, is it connected to your body?
No.
It's just like a
it's
random,
a loose hair.
Like it's
So
like if
loose
my
hair.
hair fell and it's just like
Wrapped around
and like
Todd's dick.
somehow it got
Again.
on my clothes, and like I mean I don't know how it happens. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
And it's like a strange hair.
Not that I know. It's always been like my hair or brunette hair, but I've
Yeah,
never
no,
had
I've
like a
Interesting.
blonde
It
hair.
doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened to me before where I'm like, this is a strange foreign hair that like
How to get
the
into your
girl
laundry.
that I'm with does not have this color hair. Yeah, did it
Right.
get in my laundry? Did it?
But even still, how?
Yeah, like how?
Right,
you know?
right.
the journey of a hair.
The
Yeah.
hair
Yeah.
fairy.
I get them in my butt crack sometimes.
I was thinking it, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
Well,
when
you
you
guys have
pull
long
it
hair
out.
that hangs down there.
No, but
Yeah,
then
it
when you
makes
pull it
sense.
out, like after you're like, oh,
come.
it was almost like a
It's kinda
woo,
nice.
like a little
It's
yeah,
nice.
it's
I'm not
nice.
gonna lie. It depends what angle. It depends what
It
angle
does,
you
right?
go at it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because
Maybe that was what was happening.
Is that your cum
like,
face?
that's what it sounded like.
Oh god.
Gross.
That's fucking weird.
I want to see a video of that.
I
I
do
hope
too.
there's a
I
video of
don't-
something
Of
somewhere
what?
of
What are
the
you talking
woman
about?
at the Met Gala.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I thought we were talking about pulling the hair out of your
Woman that-
asshole.
Sounded like she was being murdered. Actually,
No, it's not like a weird moan.
It sounded like she was pulling a hair out of her
Yeah.
ass, according to you guys.
Or some microscopic food out of her teeth.
God, that's so weird. So weird. Can we end with a crazy fact that you told me about humans and what we have? Will you please tell them?
Oh no.
This blew my fucking mind.
I
and
can't
this,
remember what it's called now. You're putting me on the spot, but
look. Oh,
humans have humans have stripes.
do you know that we're striped, and only
We're
cats can see it
striped.
What?
under specific.
Yeah.
How's that
can-
edible
Under UV.
doing?
No, for real. If you look it
Under
up,
UV light.
it's
Todd?
not UV lights.
Todd, if you get up and leave, let's just go real quick.
It's
Run
so
away,
it's
run
so
away,
fucking
run
weird. But
away.
human beings are striped.
Blasco, Blaschko, Blaschko's lines.
Blashko's
Yeah, they go
lines?
both horizontally and vertically, and there's a couple different patterns.
And only
how do
cats
they
can
know
see
this,
them?
though?
Only cats can see
Well,
it.
how are those?
Hold on. How do they
pictures?
know
Like,
this?
The
Yeah.
cat-
They've made them, and there's a disease where your stripes become visible.
Visible.
Okay, so I just want to say something. You
Okay.
guys call me crazy when I say some sort of conspiracy thing. How do you know? Did a cat come up and say,
It's a medical thing.
meow, meow? Did Dojo cat come up and
Heidi,
say,
Heidi.
meow, 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 meow?
Yes.
This comes back to you hating science and hating that science
Do
exists
not
and how it
hate
works.
science, but science goes
It's the same
both
reason
ways.
they know that dogs
you have to ask
dogs
questions.
only see in black and white.
Okay.
And you know that flies see millions of
But-
things all
okay,
upside
I
down.
get that that's
human
scientifically
beings,
proven.
Hold on. But and then human beings, we actually see everything upside down, and your brain flips it.
Flips it.
right
Right,
side
I
down.
know that.
I
Yeah.
They know that
understand
stuff
all
because
that.
knowing what
Of
parts of
course.
eyes do what, so they can tell that cats
I
can see certain
understand,
things.
but how do we know that cats can? How do we know we have stripes and that cats can only see them?
Because science.
Science.
Because science.
The cat thing might be more of a myth than the humans having stripes, but the humans having stripes thing is not.
Well, you passed the cat thing to me as if it was truth.
I did.
Now you make me look dumb in front of Heidi.
No,
I'm trying to
I
prove a
did,
point.
And they
What do you think,
have
Todd?
delved into the eyes of cats and can see
These
those
fucking
things.
two crazy,
They're
crazy calicos that we're sitting with.
Okay. All right.
What?
All right.
What if zebras don't have stripes?
Oh, fuck,
But we
dude.
just see
And
it
only
that
cats
way.
see them the way they are.
And only
It's
cats-
just horses. They're just white horses. God, these humans are fucking idiots.
They're just plain.
All right, Heidi, what should people do with the show or whatever?
I don't know.
All right, thanks for
I'm
tuning
just
in,
kidding.
everybody.
Go to patreon.com.
Yeah, we can do that.
Go to YouTube.
Just subscribe because we still need another 300
I need
subscribers before you get $1,000
I keep
cash.
asking everybody.
Are you subscribed to the YouTube page?
Me?
Yeah.
I had no idea it even existed.
Fucking asshole.
Just go in there and click
Of
it.
course you know our YouTube page.
I've never gone on it.
But you know we have it.
I'll go.
Subscribe.
I'll do it.
We used
Yeah.
to do.
Just
You
one
don't even
closer.
have to watch it.
Everyone that listens, tell a friend to just subscribe.
Yes.
You
There
don't
you go.
lose a goddamn thing by clicking subscribe. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
right.
you have to do.
Other than your dignity.
Yeah.
Other
oh shit.
than your dignity. I'm not sure.
Nice
And
one.
then I can go. I can go visit my mom and dad this summer.
Because listen, truly, Heidi is not going to be able to go home. Her dad is getting up there. He's he's blinding a little bit.
Yeah,
Shush.
Blinding?
Shush.
Yeah, he's going blind.
Stop talking.
Blinding.
He's blinding.
Blinding?
He's blinding.
Can't see his stripes.
He's so
anymore.
handsome. You can't see his cat stripes or anything. But her dad's losing his sight slowly,
It's true.
which is true.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't get us to 1,000, Heidi can't go home, which means he may have already seen his daughter for the last time, and that's really sad.
You know, it was great though. He saw me on TV and he said I looked pretty.
That must have made you feel
That
good.
made me cry. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but he
very
can't
sweet.
see, so how?
Yeah.
Exactly. I
How
said,
valid
Dad, did
is
you have
that?
your glasses on?
He was talking about the guy that's standing next to you. So yeah, go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, do the thing, and then fucking whatever. Todd, thank you.
Thank you.
And you're here more now, right? You're gonna start being on the show more.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe not.
He promised. So Todd promises to be here at every
Dude,
show.
I promise lots of
You
stuff
pinky
that I
flail.
don't follow through on.
The best part about being human is empty
Lying.
promises.
Yep.
It's a blast.
I pride myself in that.
Heidi, take it away. I in Australia I met Lee Walker.
Yeah, I saw.
The
Very
person-
handsome.
the person
Lee
who
Walker.
he's Irish. He moved to Australia, but he would he's the one that was most disgusted by Heidi's Irish accent. Most disgusted, and would give her things to say, and he's truly mortified.
For fuck's sake.
And he had messages for you that it was so
For folks' sake.
so profanity laden, I can't even repeat it here. But
I thought he liked me.
he did until you shit all over his entire heritage,
Oh my god.
and now he just wishes nothing but the worst for you.
I don't know. I
He
didn't know
actually
that.
unsubscribed to Patreon and unfollowed the YouTube page because of your accent.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's very handsome.
Yeah?
I didn't see him.
Lee. Heidi wants to get fingered by. I posted a picture. Oh yeah, you don't look at my
I'm
stuff.
not super active on the socials.
I got to meet a lot of rare form fans out there. It was very, very cool to know
That's
that we have
cool.
people out there. It was
Why
pretty
was
sweet.
he in Australia?
He moved there for work, I believe.
Oh.
And I think because you put so much shame on Ireland that he had to get away from.
The
Farthest
embarrassment,
landmass
yeah.
he could find.
Yeah.
He was like, "This is too much."
But good to see you guys. And that's it, Heidi. So say goodbye in your best Irish accent. Tell people to have a good weekend or whatever.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good
That was
weekend.
the most southern Forrest Gump fucking accent. Hillbilly bullshit. What
I
the
hope you
fuck?
have a good weekend.
Mama always said to have a good weekend.
I'm gonna wet my pants.
For real, what the fuck was that,
I
Heidi?
don't know. I have a hard time starting
Jenny,
it. That's
have
why
a good weekend.
Sincerely, Forrest Murphy.
I have a hard time starting it. Once I get going, it's fine. That's why I think I have to
Okay,
do this.
try again then. Let's do a little better than have a good weekend.
Well, I gotta do something. Like,
No, you have to say have a good weekend in your best Irish accent. Lads. Have a good weekend, lads.
Good day, lads.
Nope,
Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend.
Wiccan.
Try it again.
Wiccan? She's
You
a
gotta do
Wiccan?
this. You gotta do your thing.
Yeah, you gotta get the fist going.
Good day. No, that's no.
Yep.
Pardon.
Scusi. Have a good week. I can't do it.
We're not
I'm so
leaving until
bad.
you do it. And it has to be good.
Well, I gotta remember how I say top of the morning. Have a good weekend. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it's so good.
But you gotta add lads at the end. Come on, one more time.
Have a good weekend, lards.
Lards?
Lards?
Lards. I think that'll do it.
Not quite. Come on, Heidi, one more time.
I'm gonna wet my pants.
You better fucking get it right. I'll decide.
Have a good weekend, lards.
Why are you saying lords? Why are you putting an R in there?
Because that's an Irish
Lads.
Lads.
Not lards.
Lads.
Yeah, but they say lords.
Have a good weekend, lards.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, lads.
Hey,
Lardass.
Lads.
We're
Oh, I got
not.
it.
We're not leaving until Todd gives a thumbs up to your impression.
Have a good weekend, lads.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.